So folks, I promised you at the end of the last video that the next video I shot was going to be me using the Timberjig. And I want to apologize because apparently it's going to be the next whole numbered video I make is going to be me using the Timberjig. Yesterday was a bit of a fabrication day for me. I built some log dogs and I want to show you those because they came out really nicely and show you where to get plans for them. But now that the glue is dried, I just want to show you guys how this thing works. And basically here's the rail, and we're just going to screw this rail to the log using the L brackets we built. And then if you take a look at the wheels here, you'll just kind of grab the handle of the saw and very slowly work it through the wood. Okay? And you just, work your way through, and it's not going to be anywhere near this quickly. But I'm pretty much as ready to go as I can get. So, the next warm day, I think it's like 10 or 15 degrees out. I'm not really sure I want to go outside and putter with this thing today. But the next warm day, we'll go out and use it. But I just want to show you these cool log dogs I made. I went online and I made 2 pairs. And these are actually Bobcat Orange. I had some Bobcat Orange paint. So I painted them orange to make sure I can see them when I'm out working. But, I'm not sure if these are going to work or not, but it was kind of a fun project to build yesterday. It probably took me 4 or 5 hours, probably because of my welding skills and measuring skills and such. But it was really a lot of fun to make. So I made 2 sets of these log dogs. And what I did is I went online, and I'll put a link. There'll be a flyout right below me, right in this part of the video. And if you click on the link, I got this little ebook here. It's called How to Make Your Own Log Dogs, presented by Mitchell Dillman and David Edgerly. Mitchell Dillman and David Edgerly. And I apologize if I screwed up your name there, David. But they have a little ebook that gives you the dimensions and some tips on building them. And I want to, give the credit where credit's due. The log dogs weren't my idea. I did pay for this ebook, so let's keep it that way. And, click on the link below if you want to get the ebook and read how to make. I mean, this is pretty much, I followed their plans, word for word. So this is what they're going to come out like. And it was funny because when I was building these things, I want to show you this. This is one of my test pieces, or, I had measured it wrong. But look at how this piece is bent. This is 1/4-inch steel, folks, and I used my stick welder, and the first one I did, I used 7018 at like 130 amps, and I know the weld is never going to come apart, but it's amazing the amount of heat you can build up with a stick welder. And I do have a little, Lincoln flux cord MIG welder, which might have done better, but what I ended up doing was I welded mine with some 6010 at a very low heat setting, and I'm pretty sure they're pretty much bulletproof. So the first thing I want to show you in the directions was one step that I might not have gotten completely right, is they recommend that when you build the Timberjig, you make sure that when you're lining up the plates, you make sure that this top plate and this lower plate, before you tighten the screws on that side rail, are basically flush, and then you go ahead and tighten it. So I had taken mine apart and readjusted it a bit to make sure that I'm nice and flush with my side plate and my top plate. And that does kind of make sense, so that way when you spread this out, you're cutting on the same plane. And then the other thing I wanted to mention was I was actually out the night I made the first video taking a look at this, and what happened was I found this piece on the floor, and I thought it was something from the chainsaw. So then when I went to actually use the Timberjig, one of these wheels, the back wheel, just fell off on me. And what happened was these I don't know what the term was, but these funky things I was showing you, these funky nuts, there were 2 different sizes. This one ended up snapping off. Okay, so what I did is I went online to Bailey's Online. I ordered a couple extras of these. I did order a couple rollers, and they had some of the stuff in stock, but a lot of it, not a lot of it, I think I ordered like 6 or 7 things, and maybe half of the stuff was on back order. So, you know, this seems like a kind of a weak link to the thing. There's not much metal there, but I'll admit, you know, this wouldn't be the first time I over-tightened something, so again, it could be me. But the cool thing is with these nuts they give you, looks like I used another one, but I basically just went and got a regular lock nut with the plastic on it. I went and got a regular lock nut with the plastic on it, put it on this. I got a large washer. So if you take a look, at the hole in the back right there, you see how that's got a lock washer, whereas the other one has the piece, there you go, has the piece that came with it. So again, you know, not a huge deal. I'm kind of curious to see where that ends up, but you know, if you order some parts, if you do have some wear parts, I'd probably recommend you order a couple extras just in case. So folks, there we are. We are ready to rock. The next nice day, or possibly even a not nice day, if I have enough energy and enthusiasm to go out and try this guy, we'll go outside and see if we can cut some logs and see you know, see what we think of it. But you know, so far it's new. You know, when you're doing something new, you always make a few mistakes. At least I do. I'll admit I'm not perfect. And we're just going to keep moving forward and keep trying her out. I'm really having a lot of fun making this series. It's kind of funny. It reminds me of when you're your late teens and 20s and you're just tinkering with your car or whatever. And it's taken me back to those days. I hope you guys are having some fun watching it. But hey, we look forward to seeing you soon, and we'll give her a try. Have a great day, folks.